you're going to be a top receiver for Florida State, you're pretty good. Period.
So you think he has a
and I guess
shot?
he and he lit it up during the weekend supposedly. During the little rookie mini camp, they said he was showing out.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, I was wide receiver is a deep position, and I guess he's not really known for his speed, but he's one of those guys that's not necessarily exceptional at anything. But good at everything.
Right.
So he gets separation. So it really is going to come down to special teams. Knock on wood, what injuries happen.
Mm-hmm. You're not.
There's actually some that are undrafted free agents that are bigger dudes, but it's going to come to if you're not going to make the team if you aren't going to be playing special teams because they already have the 3 starters locked up. And Lewis, I think, pretty much have a good hold on the 4th and 5th spot, but I think it can get taken with an exceptional offseason. And, even Dwayne Harris has to look over his shoulder for what, if he's going to. Especially if that, that. Fast kid works out.
Kevin Snead?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all good. He's a track star and all that, but I gotta see you on the field. Actually do it to where I'm not even. I'm just, it's a good little shot you're giving the guy. Cool.
Mhm. All right, hold on. Let's see. We got someone on the line. Oh, hello.
Right.
What's going on?
Nothing much. The screen just went offline.
It was.
I didn't get any homework, man. Disappointed.
You want homework?
I didn't get any.
It's Todd. Todd from Texas.
I promise.
We're working on homework for you. We have something special in cooking in the books.
Yes.
Okay, well now you're just scaring me here.
The next week or so. We've already been working on it.
All right, I like that.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be testing your knowledge, and I hope you do your homework on the regular.
I will.
As far as Giants history.
I will.
What's the latest thing you have learned?
About the new picks? The greatest thing I have learned.
The
Giants have been great for a long time.
They have.
The greatest thing
they weren't so hot
for a long time. How do you guys feel about the new pickups we're making? The whole I forgot that guy's name. The whole fastest man in college thing.
Kevin Snead.
Yeah, Kevin Snead. There it is.
Undrafted free agents. Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Oh,
I'm pumped about undrafted.
I don't think he's going to be like an on the field, like, fourth receiver. I mean, he might be like a fourth receiver, but I definitely see him just being stuck in like special teams for a while. He ran the same 40 time as John Ross.
Special. If he's a special teamer, that's the only way he's making this team.
True. God, he's so fast.
And
though.
it's gonna be like a return man or something like that. Cause, Yeah.
I guess Dwayne Harris
Hey,
just lost
that's
the only
good,
job
but
he
can
had.
you do it?
Yeah.
So a bunch of people messaged me based on the the little videos that I did of him, and supposedly these are people who know him. Like, he's a really humble guy, and
oh, cool.
He was mainly a football player who played track rather than what I thought was he was a track player, a track star who played football. So maybe there's a diamond in the rough. And with a rookie like that, if he doesn't work out, they might just shove him in the practice squad, or there's tons of things they can do if he doesn't even
just hold on to him.
53-man roster. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't teach speed, so you might want to hold on to him just in case of anything.
Speed is the hardest thing to defend.
Yeah. You guys find out LeGarrette Blount signed with the Eagles.
Yeah.
We saw that. You know what? That just tells me that Giants really didn't care. I guess Giants had a table for him, but obviously they lowballed them.
Yeah, I mean, but if you really think about it, though, LeGarrette Blount hasn't had any extreme success besides in New England. So there's not too much to go go off about him. You know what I mean? In terms of knowing his skill set and stuff. I mean, he'd be a great goal line running back for us, though. We don't really have a really good goal line running back.
Yeah, Matt's kind of Matt's running, and that's what it comes down to. I really think with Wayne Gallman, they were just like, nah, we're good for right now.
Yeah.
And I just knows who's going to cut, between now and the start of the season.
Our running back depth is
probably
so
pick up another
deep.
running back.
Yeah. Our depth chart on the running back is so deep.
I mean, there's still guys out there like D'Angelo Williams.
Yeah.
I forgot who else. Did Crowell sign? I think he did.
I don't want Crowell on the team. He signed back on the Browns. I wouldn't want him on this team anyway. Oh, I hate that guy. He agrees with cop killing, man. I can't stand that guy. He's solid, though. He's solid online. I'm not too worried about Blunt. My friend, I have a Cowboys fan who was like, "Oh, I know you guys want I know you guys want to get scared now." It's now when I have the best run stuff nose tackle in the league. No, I'm not very scared. I know LeGarrette Blount, he better run to the outside. The thing is, LeGarrette Blount's not gonna, I personally don't think he's gonna be a big trouble for us. He can't run inside. He's gonna run into Dalvin. He's gonna run into Snacks. And he doesn't really have the speed to completely run outside. And if he does, we run Landon Collins in the box safety anyway, so he's going to have to run away from Landon Collins. He's not breaking that tackle. I mean, I'm not 100% worried about the run against us.
Yeah, Blunt's not breaking off 20-yard runs or anything like that. I'm not worried about that. Hey, what's going on?
Justin, you're on?
I'm on, yeah. Let's not pretend that this isn't a big deal, all right? This is a big deal. He had 18 touchdowns last season. And the Eagles does in these challenges. He reminds me of you.
What is
on steroids, and MTV pays him to run around and swear at kids and stuff.
No way. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's awesome.
But I'm interested. You get to run around and swear
Victor
at kids?
Cruz is the host, and if he's better at hosting now than he is in the NFL, then, he's shot in the
Let me
NFL.
ask you something.
So
from what you're saying, the concept of this show, the challenge is, I'm assuming that they give random people just like insane shit to do on the street, and then they send them out to do it, and they have to see if they'll do it like in public. Is that maybe what it's about?
Did you watch? I mean, we're of a similar age. Did you ever watch The Real World?
Yes. Yeah. I remember The Real World.
All right. So guys from the real world, people from the real world.
This is fascinating radio. Go. I'm so intrigued right now. Go ahead.
It's a reality competition where like they vote each other off and they have to do physical competition.
Things. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all old school people that used to be on the Real World back in the day.
So there's like Victor Cruz, he's like, all right, well, is it like, is he the one giving like the big keys before the commercial break? Like, oh, it's down to these two. We'll be right back.
Yeah, and then like he'll explain the rules of the competition, and he'll say this is what you need to do, and then when they do it, he's like. He must have said, if he said it once, he said it half a dozen times. He's like, that was an amazing display of athleticism and agility. And I'm like, Victor, get a new tagline, buddy.
What if he was like, I bet you didn't know, what if he pulled the fucking Zoolander and was like, I bet you didn't know what, I think you didn't think I knew what a Googleizer was.
You are all over Victor Cruz. So he went down.
No, why wouldn't you be?
He went down to where did he go? Jacksonville, and no deal was done, huh?
No. I think his agent's like calling up like, hey, you know what? Do me a favor, please. This guy thinks he could play again. Set up a meeting with him, and then like you can just go, all right, Vic, we'll call you later. Maybe, or something like that. If you could do that for me, that'd be really great. I'll give you a break on the next guy that could really play, that I bring around to you.
Did he have a tryout with Chicago?
He was supposedly Jacksonville, Chicago. I mean,
Al Horford.
Yeah, it's down to they've got the lead to 19. Oh, they can't make shots. They're not good enough. They go through like these droughts where they go like 1 for fucking 12 from the field at least twice a game. And against really good teams, you can't do that.
That's a mismatch. Why are you putting Avery Bradley on LeBron?
I don't know, but if they can get this lead down to 17 before the fourth, we got something cooking here in Boston.
All right.
Oh, Marcus Smart out of nowhere. Did you see me go full fucking Southie?
That was full Southie, right? All right,
hilarious, guys.
All right, let's take the intern off of suspension. Let's see.
The intern, this fucking guy. Look at that.
I deserve respect, you guys.
Did you check the spelling? Go spell Aguilar 10 times.
Aguilar?
Yeah.
No, LeGarrette.
Yeah.
Oh, LeGarrette. I know
Aguilar.
how to spell LeGarrette.
Aguilar.
It's with an E.
I know, but somebody here kept using an A.
It's pronounced law because they want to go for the French sound.
Oh, I see.
Do we have any French listeners? Marco, do we have any?
Not that I know.
Do we have any listeners in France?
No, but we have French-Canadian listeners, gentlemen.
We do.
That we do.
Yeah, I'm about ready to move to Canada, parenthetically.
Oh, that was listening. By the way, Christians believe in dinosaurs. Who would think?
We're gonna move.
Christians do believe in dinosaurs.
Wait, are you speaking on behalf of Christians now?
Earlier, somebody was like, "There's no dinosaurs, only Adam and Eve." Like, Christians believe in dinosaurs.
I was just talking about Texas.
Oh,
I was just talking about the same state where they put Down syndrome people on fucking execution. I don't know what they're teaching you guys down there.
I mean, nobody's history.
Don't open up that bottle, guys.
Every group's got their psychos.
Tim, hang up and call back again. You went crazy on that last one. Your phone's busted up.
All right.
Yeah.
You still sound better than Ronderette.
So let's get focused here.
We're all over the place, Bronco. Listen.
I want James's perspective on a 4.22 40-yard dash.
Is that what this kid ran?
Means, I think it's really great if you're a sprinter.
That's a very.
Do you want the guy that can run 4.2 and has no hip movements? I mean, he can run in a straight line really fast, but can he take an angle? Can he play the ball in the air? You know, can he make a play? You know, does he know what the fuck he's doing?
He's only going to be running in a straight line on kick returns, though. That's all he's really going to be doing is running a straight line.
Well, he's going to take up a roster spot and he could do one thing. So he's not going to do anything else. He's just going to be that guy.
So did Devin Hester.
Now you want to compare this fucking guy to Devin Hester.
First of all, hold on. Stop with the Devin Hester comparison. Because it's not the same thing.
No,
all right?
Not.
What this kid is he's Josh Huff.
This kid got signed for one reason. He's fast, and they're going to give him a shot.
What this kid is...
Are we really keeping a topic on this kid for his run the 4.2? Big whoop.
What position does he play? I don't even know what position he plays.
I don't know what position he plays.
Right? I think, honestly, his family hijacked the Facebook video that I did about him because every post was like he's the most amazing guy in the world, which he might be. But some guy messaged me and said he didn't want to declare who he was. He said he's going to try out for a defensive back.
I mean, give him a shot. I mean, if he can come in and he can prove that he can tackle and cover, I mean, speed is a great asset to have if you have it in a football sense. I mean, would you rather have a guy that can run really fast at 4.2 something, or a guy that knows how to fucking play football at 4.35 or 4.46 or 4.5? You know, I mean, give me the better football player.
Yeah, in football, 4.2 doesn't mean that it translates to football speed either.
No, exactly. So I mean, you don't know how that's going to turn out. Look what happened with David Wilson.
Let's think about this as well. So, I think we can all agree that people have trouble catching up to Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
He's kind of fast, right?
Kind of.
But he ran a 40 that is from a time standpoint would not suggest that he is as fast as he is. So there is something to be said for football speed. And so we'll see what this kid has when he's on the field.
Yeah, I mean, give him an opportunity. I mean, he played. He's good. He's obviously a good athlete. You know, so give him a chance, bring him in. But I mean, to expect that just because he can run really fast that it's going to translate to the NFL level is far-fetched. It's you hope it does, but you don't know, and the odds are against him, to say the least.
Yeah. Hey, how do you guys feel about the Cowboys losing Ronald Leary?
I think the Cowboys is taking a big step back this year offensively, and I think it has nothing to do with the offensive line. I think it has to do with that.
I think defensively they've taken a big step back.
Of all time.
That too. But I think that it's going to be. I think you're going to see a lot of problems with them quarterback-wise.
Yeah, honestly, Dak was 30th in the league at pass attempts. That's poor. So if you look at all his stats,
they're taking a big step back
of all time.
That too. You're going to see a lot of problems with them quarterback-wise.
Dak was 30th in the league at pass attempts. That's poor.
He had a very Roethlisberger. If you look at Roethlisberger's first couple of years, right? He was successful, but he was successful. They were successful in spite of him at times. I mean, I remember times with Pittsburgh where he would have 9 to 10 attempts in that first season for the game, and they just let their defense and their running game dictate, and Jerome Bettis what they wanted to do, and they just played the game of football. The Cowboys did that last year. They were able to run the ball, get a lead, and then just limit his opportunities. Now, what's going to play hand in hand this year is the defense. If you are able to score points against them, they're going to have to pass the ball. Yeah, they're going to have to play from behind a little bit. You can't just let Elliott, you can't just depend on your running game to just, keep you in it or keep the lead. They're going to have to put points up, and I think he's going to get exposed a little bit. Yeah, and I think the same thing for Wentz as well. I think Wentz is going to take a step back, too. I'm not worried about anybody.
I think Wentz has more talent than Dak, though. I definitely think Wentz has more talent.
Yes, I would agree with you there. But I'll tell you the truth, guys. I'm not worried about anybody in our division. If this team shows up with the talent we have, we should win the division. That's
Absolutely.
it.
I don't
want to hear about Philly. I don't want to hear about Washington. I don't want to hear about fucking Dallas. We beat them twice last year. If this team shows up over 16 games, focuses over 16 games, of course, everybody in the league, you have to roll the dice and stay healthy. That's a fucking, you can't play that. You don't know what card you're going to get dealt there. But all things being equal, man to man, this team, bringing back the same defense from last year, Eli, adding to the offense, there's no excuses not to win the division and play a home playoff game, if not have a bye.
If anything, I think that we're the best team in the NFC on paper. On paper, I think we're the best team in the NFC.
I would agree. I don't think that's
on paper.
Holy shit.
That's on paper.
Sorry.
He's a freight train.
Yeah, he's really.
Uh-oh.
He's limping.
Limp. LeBron limped. Uh-oh.
What did I say?
Uh-oh. What happened?
What did I say in the private message? What does it take? One turned ankle, and this is serious.
He's getting a little LeBron limp. He's fine.
Honestly, I think the championship's going to be Golden State and the Cavaliers again, but I think this time Golden State's going to win.
Right, Dave? Way to go out on a limb, Todd. Way to go out on a limb.
So going back to
calling
Dak
it early,
Prescott, I think that the modern comparison to Dak Prescott, even more so than Ben Roethlisberger, is Russell Wilson, right? His first 2 years in Seattle.
Russell Wilson has a lot more talent than Dak does.
But at the beginning of his career,
I'm with you, Justin. I see where you're going. They had Lynch, the defense.
They had the defense. They had Lynch, and they let him slowly develop into a pass-first quarterback, which he's now become, and he's quite good. But they weren't asking him to do that in the second season while they were cutting offensive linemen and losing defensive players. He was still, transforming into what he has now become. And so, they're asking Dak to do that in year 2, and I think it's going to be interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's
honestly,
same
I don't
thing.
think Ezekiel Elliott's going to have as good as a year either. I just don't think the Cowboys superstars are going to have as good as a year as people think they are. They're not going to repeat what they did last year. Their defense is
I think Zeke's numbers could actually be better. Because I think next year he
led the league this year. There's no way it's going to get even better.
I think he could be even better. I'm talking about all around. I don't give a shit about just running. All around, he can be a better player, a more dangerous, complete threat next year. Because if he's going to be on the field, and if they're losing, he's going to have a chance to catch a lot more passes than he did last year.
True.
He's gonna have a real chance to develop his game this year because I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities for him, and he's going to be on the field if he's healthy. They got nobody behind him that they're going to play. And and let's not just be stupid Giant fans here that think the fucking sky is blue all the time. Ezekiel Elliott is a fucking beast. Okay,
I'm not going to say he's not a good
guys.
running back. I think he's a really good running back, but I think
he's a fucking beast.
He's a little overrated behind the offensive line.
Come on. Give the kid a little credit.
I'm serious.
He still has to run the ball.
That's
absolutely.
Listen,
but I'm saying
I know
it's not hard to
it's a
run
Cowboys
the ball
thing, but that's a mutable comment.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not
I would
mutable. I'm serious. No, I'm serious. Think about it. Okay, when I think of
Yep. Mute that motherfucker, Marco. I love it.
Hold on.
Easy and young kids.
He doesn't even know what that
first of
sound
all,
is.
I hate Zeke, but he can play, and there's a reason he got taken fourth overall.
I don't like. You know what I do. You know what I do to fans like that. They're like, oh, well, it's because of the offensive line. I'm like, let me tell you something. Would you want him on our team?
Right.
We think about that.
I would have liked to have Zeke. Yeah. Shut the fuck up then. I mean, just be honest with yourself. There are good players that play throughout the league, not just for the Giants. And the kid's a really good football player. Does the offensive line help him? Of course. Would he have been a fucking really good football player without that offensive line?
Players.
Yeah.
I'm going to get
the Giants don't have a monopoly on the good players.
Yeah. I'm not shitting on Alshon Jeffrey because he's an Eagle. I'm shitting on Alshon Jeffrey because he gets hurt all the time. You know,
right.
It's not. There are reasons to have criticisms of guys. Torrey Smith, he'd be running by himself 20 yards, and he may catch it once, but he's going to drop it three times. I mean, so like these guys don't scare me. Ezekiel Elliott going into a game scares me because he can get through the line of scrimmage, make a guy miss, and take it to the house. And those guys are game changers. And Beckham is a game changer. Teams game plan for these guys. You got to respect that. And even though the offensive line is going to lose a couple of guys, he's going to be just as, if not more productive than he was last year.
You know, Ezekiel Elliott is a player like Odell Beckham in the sense that not only can they make big plays down the field, 20, 30 yards down the field, but they can do so without being touched, right? Remember that touchdown run that Zeke had against Pittsburgh? He went 40 yards untouched, just like Odell Beckham. You know, when he runs a slant, if you're not up on him, he'll take it to the house, and you won't even have a chance to touch it. So, you know, that's a level of athleticism, to borrow a word from new challenge host Victor Cruz. That's unmatched.
Justin, hang up and call back. You're doubling up on your speech.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're handsome.
Still handsome.
Oh, God. Are we going to breaking news?
Breaking news. Todd is in the penalty box. That's what I think I'm going to call it. Is it a 5-minute major or is it a minor, 2-minute minor?
Oh, that's hilarious.
It is a minor, I would say right now.
All right, let's have him make his point. Out of the box. Get on the ice.
Okay. All right, let me just make my argument, all right? First off, I never thought Ezekiel Elliott not a good running back. I think he's an extreme talent, all right? All I'm saying is that it's easier to show your talent when you're behind, in my opinion, the greatest offensive line we've ever seen. Not anymore. He wasn't. Okay, I know. I'm not saying he's not good. What I'm saying is I would personally take a running back like Jay Ajayi over Ezekiel Elliott because Jay Ajayi was behind an injured offensive line all year.
That should be a 5-minute fucking major.
That's a fucking mute right there.
That's a 5-minute fucking major right there. Jay fucking Ajayi.
Jay Ajayi. Out of all the guys he could have fucking said, he goes, I would take a Jay Ajayi over.
Not Melvin Gordon, not fucking, Jay Ajayi.
Hold on. 2-minute minor.
Holy.
They had to go back to replay.
Guy has 2 good games. Guy has 2 fucking good games throws for 200 yards 2 weeks in a row, whatever it was. The guys want to ball him. All of a sudden, he's a fucking all other world talent. Jay.
Yeah, and this is a guy who started, who didn't even dress for the week 1.
When Todd gets back on the line, I have a question for him. Todd strikes.
Todd's always on the line. It's just he can't talk.
I want to know if he knows how to spell Ajayi. Does he think it's Ejeye?
Go ahead. You're on.
Okay. What was your question for me?
How do you spell Ajayi?
It's Ajai.
Nope, that's incorrect.
Oh, mute him. Fucking mute him. That is incorrect. Mute him.
Here's the thing, Todd.
I muted him, but I'm not sure the spelling.
If you're going to come on this show and say ridiculous things about NFL players, you better spell their name right. If you're going to be the president of the Ajayi fan club, if that's the hill you want to die on, be my guest, but learn how to spell his goddamn name.
Justin, how do you spell the name?
I'm never bringing up Odigizua anymore.
O-W-A, I'll stop right there.
Before you do it.
Oh,
J?
shit.
It is. The correct spelling is
Ajayi, right?
I. Ajayi, Ajayi.
Yeah.
That would be the correct.
I'll use it in a
Nation
sentence.
of origin.
I'll use it in a sentence. Todd wants to blow Ajayi.
Listen, for our listeners in the UK, we apologize for Todd not being able to spell the last name of your brethren.
I didn't. He's British, huh?
He is British.
I didn't know that wasn't on the radar. All right, I'm putting him back on because I didn't know how to spell Ajayi either. I'll give it up.
Yeah, you definitely would have taken a better guess than Ajayi.
I would have said Jay. I'd be like, that's his name, Jay.
Yep.
Look, once again, I don't think Ezekiel. Yes, I would take him on my team because he's talented. I just think that his talent is exaggerated a little more behind the offensive line.
They said the same thing about Emmitt Smith, and I watched that man in 1994. Was it 94, 95? What was fucking that year, dude? I don't even remember. 93, maybe?
I remember that
maybe
game.
93.
I remember the exact game you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, right? I think it was the 93 season. It was Reeves' first year. Sims played out of his fucking mind that year, and they had a chance to beat Dallas at home in the last game of the fucking season. And Dallas came in
and
there.
Emmitt Smith was an assassin.
Yeah, and Elliott not Elliott. Emmitt Smith went and he separated his shoulder. They led 13-0 at halftime. Sims brought them back and went to overtime at 13-13. And with a separated shoulder, he busted off what, Justin? A fucking 60-yard run to get them in the field goal range? Or set them up for a touchdown? And that man played that game with a separated shoulder like a beast. The only other player I've seen do that was Lawrence Taylor on Monday Night Football in New Orleans, where LP was shaking back and forth in pain, and they had to reset the fucking whatever they had on his arm to try to keep it in place. And he played the whole game in complete and absolute pain. And Emmitt Smith played the same way, and he killed us.
Okay.
So I don't want to hear shit about Emmitt Smith's offensive line, or there are certain guys that are just fucking football players.
James remembers when Tony Dorsett went 99 yards.
I do remember when Dorsett went 99 yards on Monday Night Football. I remember that shit. I was little.
Hey, so you guys wouldn't take Todd Gurley over Ezekiel Elliott?
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh,
I would not take Todd Gurley over Ezekiel
Elliott. You would
Elliott.
take Todd Gurley over Ezekiel Elliott. Are you kidding me?
No, I wouldn't.
Dude, fuck you.
Oh my God!
Ezekiel Elliott can catch more passes. He's a better blocker. He can run.
Yeah, I would take Elliott over Gurley.
Gurley
can't catch.
I'm sorry. And I love Todd Gurley. You know who I would take Todd Gurley over?
Oh, my God!
Eric Flowers. I would take him over Eric Flowers, but I would not take him over Ezekiel Elliott. No.
Oh, my God!
I'm sorry.
What do we think about Eric Flowers' new lean body?
I'm cheering for this kid.
What is he?
I'm cheering for this kid.
Where'd you get a picture of his new lean body?
I don't know if did Todd use that question?
Yeah, Todd just asked that ridiculous question. We didn't see a picture of it. We read reports about the team, Todd, and it was reported that he's been in the facility all year long, all off season long with Hart, and they're both in phenomenal shape. And Flowers looks a lot more agile. He looks a lot quicker because of his new lean frame. So put him in a fucking 2-minute minor for not reading up on the New York Football Giants.
That's what we do. We do our damn research on this.
Holy shit! No,
we fucking read on these
daily. Eric Flowers.
You know what? I even see that James is doing research on the undrafted free agents. I saw him putting stuff up about Chad Wheeler.
I like my man Chad Wheeler.
6'7", 310. Can't beat that.
Left tackle. He has short arms. He has short arms.
How do you have short arms when you're 6'7"?
Some of the fucking things they critique these guys on are so dumb. He has short arms. Can the fucking guy block? Can he block? Because out of the tackles that were in the draft last year in pass blocking alone, Chad Wheeler, was absolutely number one in pass protection. So put that in your fucking pipe and smoke it. They might have got a steal with this kid. If this kid could block and he's athletic and you could teach him the game at this level, he can come along. It's good to have good football players, guys. It's good to have options.
Yep, so, he's a swing tackle, guys.
And who's the other kid? They brought in another offensive lineman.
Jessamine Dunker.
Jessamine Dunker,
from Tennessee State. Now, this kid was first team All-American.
Yeah.
First team All-American, and they said he's probably better suited for guard, like such as a Justin Pugh, kind of thing. But they're both phenomenal people that we can work on and get better.
Yeah, and look at the value, guys. I mean, look what they're costing you. If you're right on these guys, if you're right on these guys, they're undrafted free agents. I mean, if you bring them to camp and they fall on their face, they're undrafted free agents. It doesn't fucking matter.
Guys, I will give you the name, and you're going to hear it here first.
The kid from Notre Dame, right?
Yep, Jaron Jones, man. He's going to – there's a possibility. I'm going to tell you right now, if the kid actually gets motivated, he can start over Tomlinson.
That kid's a good football player. Yeah.
He's 6'6", 315. The only reason he drops is supposedly he's got character issues and people don't know he's motivated to play football. But they think he played out of position in Notre Dame. He was playing nose tackle when he should be playing off the ball. But he's 6'6", 315.
Bring him in. Let's see what he's got.
Yep.
I mean, it's a good thing, dude. It's a good thing. You create competition. You bring that kid in. Maybe it pushes Bromley to get better. I mean, who knows? Maybe this kid pushes it and you fucking cut Bromley. I mean, it's good to have options. It's good to have competition. It's good to have depth. And I like what they did with the draft class, and I like what they did with the undrafted free agents. I think we should all be really optimistic. And there's still money where if somebody gets cut, they can always do something or add something that they think they're missing.
I'm still. Let's bring Ryan Clady in. Why not give him a shot? Just if he can do it, cool. We got another left tackle.
See, I think that if they bring in a position, it's not going to be. I think they're good on the offense. I really think that they are convinced that Hart and Flowers at 22 and 23 years old are going to take a next step.
I hope they do. I'm absolutely on board with it.
And everything they've done this season has really pointed to that. I mean, that they feel in-house that, you know what, everybody with outside, the perception is they need it. And maybe they're like, you know what, we're good. We know something you don't know. And
they still got and they still got the kid we took in the, 5th or 6th round, the Pitt kid.
Who they're not working out at right tackle.
Yep.
Which is
so,
good.
hey, yeah, a whole lot of competition. And I'll tell you right now, you put some of these guys all on that, you're going to have a huge offensive line. If you put some of these people out there.
The offensive line should be improved this season. It should be. In theory, it should be very much improved.
And that's all I want. All I want is it's almost a guarantee if it's 3rd and 2, I can run the ball and we can get 2 yards, no problem.
That would be a nice change of pace, wouldn't it?
Being able to do that.
Yep.
I was watching games from 2012 and 2000. Well, no, it was 2011 and then the 2012 season, and when we had Brandon Jacobs and Ahmad Bradshaw and Derek Stewart, the mindset on the football team was different. It was run first, and it was run with confidence. On those short down and distances, we were running the football because we were imposing our will on opposing teams, and that's why we were successful.
And you got to be able to do that to win playoff games, period. At one time or another, that's what you need to do.
At this point, dude, I'll tell you the truth. At this point, I just want balance. Just give me balance. If we're not built to be a power football team that is gonna impose its will by running the football at it, I can live with that if we can at least respectably run the football. Because if you can do that,
when we need to,
at any time, anything, in order to have balance, you need to run the football whenever the fuck you want to. So if it's 3rd and 3 and you want to call a draw play, God bless. On 1st and 10 you want to run, God bless you. Get me 3-4 yards. Don't put yourself in a situation where it's 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7s. You kill yourself. So you need balance. You need to be able to run and pass at in any situation. And if they can get some semblance of that, things should be markedly better than where they were last year. They couldn't score more than 20 points in the last 6 games of the fucking season last year. I mean, let that sink in. It's the NFL. Teams are flying around. There's fucking big plays everywhere. You have Odell Beckham. You have Eli Manning. You could not break 20 points over the last month and a half of the season and in the playoff game. That's troubling.
Yeah, and I read something that Justin Pugh even said it. He's like, listen, we got predictable. People knew what we were going to do. And they
couldn't do anything else.
Exactly.
That was the problem. I think they went to Perkins a little too late, and by the time the kid got his sea legs under him, it was too late, in my opinion. Last year, Jennings was a complete waste. I think he stunted Perkins' growth, and hopefully it doesn't show coming into this year. But I would have liked to see Perkins get a lot more touches last year, guys, coming into this season. They couldn't run the ball last year. Even when they tried, they couldn't fucking do it. They could not do it. I saw a post the other day. Somebody had a meme or I think it was Sports Center, that what's his face? Jennings is still a free agent, and he rated the fucking top. He was a running back, the top running back in pass protection. Great. Can you run the fucking ball?
My biggest issue with this sort of scenario is, you look at situations, the Giants have it 1st and goal from the 2, and they're in the shotgun. I don't have a problem.
Yeah, that's shit I can't stand.
I don't have a problem.
I can't stand that.
throwing the ball on 1st and 2 if you want to throw the football, but at least be able to put yourself in a formation where opposing defenses at least have to think about the run. They couldn't even do that because they knew, screw it, like we can't do it. This is our best chance to score. So they were punting on that option.
So,
yeah.
Cole Hansen just chimed in. He said we didn't even score 30 points all year.
No,
is that true?
Yeah, it's fucking dead. It's 100% true.
That's factually accurate.
It's 100% accurate.
I didn't even realize that until he said it. I was like, oh God.
It's awful, especially when you think about the NFL today. I mean, there's a penalty if you breathe on a receiver. I mean, you should be able to at least move the. I mean, if you have Eli Manning, and you would think Cruz and Shepard, and you would think that you can put up, can you get me 21? Can you fucking break 20? I mean, they couldn't do it. They were inept last year. Hopefully the changes, Marshall, Ingram, these offensive linemen, hopefully getting healthier, coming together, tackle position, Hart, Flowers take the next step, Perkins, a game breaker now, you add Gallman. Let's see what happens. See, I personally don't think you could ever have enough playmakers. Everybody's like, oh, where are you going to play these guys? Where are you going to play? Fucking line them up, and you just let them go out for passes.
It's all about competition. I don't give a shit. Put the best people out there. Well, let's whoever's working. And that's exactly what I'm curious about. Who's going to take that next step next year, guys? Who do you think is going to be? Who's like Landon Collins did from year 1 to year 2? He was ridiculous.
I'm going to give you a name that fucking no one is talking about, and I've been all over this kid. My man BJ. In the middle.
Yeah, I know. No.
In the middle.
Okay, you are talking about BJ Goodson.
Yep, I am. That's my boy. I was high on him last year.
He's an old-fashioned linebacker, man.
Yep. He's a downhill, punch you in the fucking throat linebacker. And that's I am very excited to see him play. The way he plays behind this defensive line, I think he's going to cause a lot of ruckus when teams try to run the ball. He is a bad, bad man, gentlemen.
All right, we got a caller.
This is third year, right?
I'm going to give you guys another name, but I'll let the caller go first, though.
Go ahead, caller. You're there.
All right, so I'm going to give you somebody that no one's talking about, and they should be.
Caller, are you there?
You're to Eli Apple.
Yeah.
He's been learning next to Jenkins all year, who's a shutdown corner.
My God!
Eli Apple surprised everybody. In his first year.
Everybody has mixed opinions on him. Like, half the people say that he has that max potential, and everybody else says
All right. I'm gonna give this caller another shot with the 612 area code. I know you're listening. I'm gonna take you off mute. Ready?
Yeah.
What's up, caller? Where you calling from?
Hey, how's it going?
Who is it?
I'm calling from Kansas. My name's Tim. My name's Tim.
We like the name Tim.
Yeah. Calling from.
There we go.
Nice to meet you guys too. I just ran across this on YouTube. I was like, hey, call in. Talking about my Giants.
Yeah.
I was listening to a little bit. I was listening to you guys' conversation. I think the biggest problem with our ineptitude last year was the fact that Ben McAdoo is stubborn as fuck. I think that was the main problem because if you look at it, he never rolled out a jumbo package in the red zone.
Who was your jumbo package?
Well,
who
who
were the tight ends and the extra linemen that you were going to put in?
Yeah, I mean, Will Tye was not going to be blocking for us.
Well, our offensive line was hurt early in the season. It was like week 4, week 5 when Beatty came back and we had both Hart and Newhouse. There were a package out there about 8 or 9 times, and I remember Troy. We were averaging about 5 yards a carry with the extra lineman playing as a tight end. And I don't understand why on like first down in the goal line, because we got into the red zone plenty of times.
Listen, hey, here's the thing. There was one game. The
running game.
There was one game during the course of last year that I really criticized McAdoo, and it was the home game against Washington early in the season, where they were averaging 5 yards, partly because Washington couldn't fucking stop anybody in the running game all year. And in the second half, they decided to throw the ball, 23 times in the game? I think we had Dan Dugan on the following week, and he said it was something like 23 times that they threw the ball in the second half. Other than that, last year, I think there were attempts to be balanced, and they couldn't do it. So he said to himself, what is my best option? What the fuck? Here, look at the offensive players that I've been dealt. What's my best option to try to fucking move the football? They couldn't even move the football at times. They looked like a joke. And it's hard to blame that on the coach in his first season. That has to go a little bit more on the general manager and more than McAdoo. McAdoo's playing the cards he was dealt. If you don't have tight ends that can block, do you just put them in and run the fucking play knowing you're going to lose 3 yards? Then what do you do? Then you're right back in the same formation because you have to throw the ball. Everybody needs to play better. That's it. It's time for guys on the offensive side of the ball to fucking play better. The offensive line needs to step up. They got Perkins. It was a little bit. Should be better than Jennings. They upgraded at the wide receiver spot. Shepard's in his second year. They addressed the tight end blocking position. They have a tight end that can get open now. Now they have weapons where they could do some different things. And McAdoo even said it a couple of weeks ago, right? We're going to be more diversified in what we do. I think I get the criticism, but I think that it was more of what he was dealt, fellas, than what he really wanted to do.
That's what I hope. That's what I hope.
I agree with him. I do think he's probably stubborn at spots, but he was playing the hand he had.
Yeah, I also think that you know what? I'm not going to say that he goes without blame because maybe he was a little stubborn at times, and not to maybe try something different or change something up. But you know what? That's going to happen in the evolution of a head coach. Hopefully the progress doesn't come from just the guys on the field this season, guys. Hopefully McAdoo grows and becomes a better coach now. He has a year of experience under his belt. He has a whole off season, his second whole off season as coach under his belt coming into this year. He's coached in a playoff game on the road. So, he has a couple of, notches on his belt now, and hopefully he grows and gets better. And the proof is going to be in the pudding. We're not going to know until September 10th.
Who's
eating chips?
Echo with the sound effect. That's Justin.
I have no echo.
But I just want to put it out there, too, with it going on the coaching point, now this team has been with Spagnuolo at least a year. So, and most of them had a couple of years under him now.
Mm-hmm.
And now, we're just adding pieces to the defense, and now Spagnuolo can go crazy on, all the different ways he wants to use it. And that should be exciting in itself.
Yeah, I mean, he has the same pieces in a whole off season. He had to figure out how to use them, and he's got some new pieces now that he can use. I think we should really be excited about the prospects going into this year. I mean, I get the criticisms last year, but it's over. You know, they won 11. You know, despite all of what we were saying negative, they won 11 fucking games. That's not something that you just say. You just say, "Oh, that's not a big deal." I mean, that's a big deal. You go 11-5, it's a big deal, and they did it in spite of being crippled on offense. So, all things being said, they should be markedly better this year. And if you're considerably better from 11-5, you're bringing the defense back. There's no reason not to push to be that number one seed, or at least end up with a bye. But no worse, no excuses. This team is built to win the division and at least play a home game in the playoffs.
100%.
Anything less than that to disappoint them.
Oh, I agree. And you'll be hearing it here first if we're really disappointed.
Yeah. If you're looking for people that would be pissed if that doesn't happen, come fucking listen to us.
Yeah.
You know, honestly though, guys, I think that the role of I think that the impact that Evan Ingram is going to have is actually being underlooked a little bit. Like I was breaking it down a little more yesterday. He's 6'3", right? He's not the tallest tight end in the world. 234. Actually, I think he's 6'4". But still, he's already tall enough. The corners are. He's already too tall for corners, right? If you look at his 40 time, we all understand that on the field speed is probably faster than your 40 time, right? His 40 time was faster than Odell. Not by much, but still enough. So that means his game speed is going to be even faster. I don't understand how our passing attack is going to be stopped. And I think, honestly, because of our passing attack being so much better, I think it actually will open up our run. So I think the fact that we didn't go heavy on the offensive line in the draft might actually still be absolutely okay because our run is going to open up just because of our passing game, which is weird because usually you see teams' run game open up the passing game, but I think ours is going to be the exact opposite. People are going to be happy coming out in nickel. They're going to be happy coming out in nickel and dimes, and we're just going to come out in heavy and just pound the rock after a while.
Well, you know, it comes down to we believe in Flowers, guys.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with it.
If Jerry Reed,
put my faith in Flowers.
And then I'll put a little bit of faith in my faith in Jerry Reed can.
All right, so I'm going to ask you guys a question.
Shoot.
We haven't talked about this yet, but early reports out of camp are that the Giants are content to roll with a rookie kicker.
What's wrong with our kicker?
I'm fine with it. It's a kicker. I don't give a shit. If our games really come down to the kicker position, I wouldn't be snapping anyway.
Yeah, can the kid kick? I mean, if he could make kicks, I don't care if he's a first-year guy or fucking been playing for 20 years. I mean, and I don't need you to make 56-yarders and have just make the routine.
Forget 56-yarders. He made a 70-yarder in camp.
Yeah, that's great in camp. But you know, in the Meadowlands when the wind's blowing and it's November, and you know you got a million, you got Eagles trying to block you, and Cowboys trying to block you, or Redskins trying to block you, and you know there's a pressure situation. Can you make a 37-yarder in that condition? If it's raining and windy and cold, you know, and you've never done it before, and you got a team that's playing, you know, that has Super Bowl aspirations. I don't know. The kid better be a fucking really impressive rookie if you're going to go with a rookie kicker, because to have the team that we do have, to go into the season with a kicker that being a question mark would be completely fucking irresponsible of Jerry Reese. I mean, how many games, guys, really come down to where you could say, wow, if we would have made that kick, or it's going to come down to a field goal at the end? I mean, you'd like to have a guy that you know that can make a 43-yarder, you know, to win a game, 47-yarder to win a game.
Hey, guys, I actually got to cut out early tonight. Got some stuff I got to take care of. Thanks for having me again, man.
Not a problem. Love you.
Take care, Kanajayi.
Fight me.
You got it.
Reading? That's the last name now, huh?
All right, I'll see you guys later.
We just gave Todd a last name?
Yeah,
fight me.
Kanajayi. Lagaret Ajayi.
Listen, here's the deal. All right?
CLA.
if we do the fantasy football league,
Yeah.
and Todd's in it, his fantasy team name has to be Todd Ajahi's better than Zeke.
Todd L. Ajahi. That has to be his team name. We get to name his team. And his team name would have to be Todd L. Ajahi.
Sorry. All right. Let's talk about the fantasy football league. I took a hiatus from it last year, but I was getting like hundreds of people emailing in wanting to join the league. But I want to keep it small. This way, like, kind of the people that call in regularly and like people I know.
Gotcha.
And we'll do something fun with it.
Sounds good. I'm in.
Absolutely.
2 years ago, what was it? Undisputed Belts. Have you ever seen them? They had me. They gave me a belt to give away to the winner. So
can I just have a belt?
You got to win it.
Yeah, you got to win the belt.
Whatever, Marco.
They have to win.
First of all,
the belt.
you know what? I cannot wait to have the fantasy football draft on live on the air. I cannot wait.
That is going to be great.
That's going to be pretty funny. Wait,
That'll
what do you guys want to do? What platform would you want to use?
We do whatever you want.
I like Yahoo better than ESPN, but that's just because I think that I like their smack talk capability a little bit better. Because I'm a big shit talker in fantasy football. And I'm bringing it for James.
I'm very quiet during the season, gentlemen.
I gotta be honest, gentlemen.
No, first of all, I have no problem talking shit. I'll talk shit the whole time.
James and I, without giving,
I troll James just for the hell of it.
Yeah, I know. You got a hard on you. Fucking all of a sudden, this fucking guy trying to come at me with the Celtics. I'm like, who do you fucking root for? He's like, the 76ers. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
I gotta be
so with the franchises, Tim. I would have never.
When I met James, we were working at a fine financial institution in central Pennsylvania. Right? Mm-hmm. We started on the same day in the same department, and they sat us next to each other without knowing that we were Giants fans.
Yep.
We quickly discovered that. And then they nicknamed us Starsky and Hutch because we just wouldn't stop talking.
Yep. And
every day James would come in August and he'd be like, this is who's on my radar in fantasy football. This is who I'm picking.
Yep. I had spreadsheets.
They were multicolored. I remember they were multicolored.
Multicolored spreadsheets. They were queued out. 10, 20 guys, 30 guys, 40 guys. I don't fuck around, guys. You guys are asking for this is troubling. I'm gonna have to make enemies. You guys are gonna hate me.
You know, I like it. There's gonna be competition during the season. You know, hopefully, as we're celebrating a good Giants.
I can't wait to take Ezekiel Elliott with the first pick because we have a bunch of Giant fans that are going to pass on him.
We should. You know who we should see if he'd be interested?
I'm just going to take all of those East guys. Who do you want to add?
We should see if Gary Reasons would be interested.
Ooh.
How cool would it be to have Gary Reasons in the fantasy football league?
I have Gary Reasons' phone number in my phone. Just saying.
But
I
don't think Myron would want to do it. He says, I want to play the game. I don't want to play this.
You know what? That just reminded me of something when you mentioned Myron. Listen, I think we need to get in contact with Myron, and I think we need to see if he could reach out to Leonard Marshall, because I saw something today that I
I
thought
saw
was
that
fascinating.
today.
Did you guys see that?
No, give up his brain for CTA.
Yeah, Leonard Marshall. If you don't know who Leonard Marshall is, go to YouTube and put in Leonard Marshall young people, and put in Leonard Marshall hits Joe Montana.
Oh my God!
And
yes.
it'll take you to the 1990 NFC Championship game. Leonard Marshall is one of the greatest defensive players that this Giants franchise has ever had. He played defensive end. He wore number 70. He is donating his brain to CTE research, I guess, at the time of his death. I think that is crazy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. I know Myron still wants us to do the concussion
And that's
show.
what I was saying. Myron wants us to do a concussion show. Maybe that would be a great tie-in to try to get Leonard on for 10 minutes to talk about that stuff. That would be. I mean, imagine that, guys.
Yeah, we should definitely start doing getting that ready. A concussion show, like you actually seriously doing it.
Yeah, do an hour, or do an hour of time on it, and maybe Myron could be on it. I'm sure he could reach out, and maybe we get 2 or 3 guys while Myron's on with us for the whole time to just call in sporadically for 10 minutes apiece through the show and give their opinions on it. And I think it would be great. I think it would be great for us to hear. I think it would be great for our listeners to hear. I think it would be phenomenal.
Yep, I'm with it.
Wait, I think Leonard Marshall's on Twitter too. I'll put it out right now.
Figure Myron. You got to figure if there's a way to get to Marshall, it would be through Myron Guyton, right?
I would
think.
guess.
And how about
as far as us, yes.
I'm going to start getting a little aggressive with Mr. Guyton next time he comes on. And I'm going to be like, Myron, listen, let's cut the shit. Call Bill up right now. Call Parcells up right fucking now. Get him on the line.
Oh, dude, if he got Parcells up the show, you already know.
If you guys would be like, James, what's that weird sound? I'd be like, that's me beating off because we got Bill Parcells on the fucking phone with us. Are you kidding me? The tuna?
Yeah, one of the guys we had Bill on the show until he heard you beating off.
Listen, if we got Parcells on the line, we'd have to school Todd on how to be cool.
Did you hear the doorbell?
Yeah. Is that your real doorbell?
That was my real doorbell, yeah.
I bet you. Who the fuck do you live in, mansion? Tell the butler to get it. The fucking CEO. Ding dong. I don't even think that was a fucking bell. I think Marco's so rich that he has fucking somebody that when somebody comes up to the door, the guy just
first of all,
goes,
he doesn't answer the door. He doesn't answer the door. First of all, the doorbell rang, and Marco was still on the show, just didn't care. So you know someone else is getting it.
The fucking guy's not, the fucking guy's not even allowed to talk. Stands at Marco's door. If the guy talks, Marco whips him with something. The only thing the guy's allowed to say is ding dong.
Who's ringing Marco's doorbell at 11:19 at night?
Yeah, who the fuck is that?
That's a great question. Food?
Hold on, I think we have a lovely lady chiming in. Tiffany Hall. Are the Giants getting a new running back?
Ooh, hello, Tiffany. How are you? What's up? Listen, about the Giants running back. He's, it's probably going to be Perkins, and, they have Gallman, and it's going to be Vereen mixed in a little bit as well.
Hey, you got Sean Jerome, too.
Shut up, Tim. I'm talking to the girl who asked the question. Come on, don't be rude. All right, sorry about that, Tiffany. Listen, so it's going to be Vereen and Darkwa, and how you doing?
Just don't talk that way when Bill Parcells gets on the phone.
It's going to be, that's exactly how I'm talking to Parcells. So, Bill, listen, back in that 88 game, remember? Listen, I don't think they're going to add another. You guys think they're going to add another running back? I think we're set.
Yeah, there's no. Unless someone gets cut, and then honestly, like a guy that James brought up a while ago, D'Angelo Williams, I can see, maybe give him a shot.
Yeah, I don't see why bringing a veteran guy in like that would. I mean, to create a little more competition, have a guy that in a spot that can be an every down back, like a D'Angelo Williams, a veteran guy, could pass block. You know, you can always use a guy like that on the roster, especially if he's not going to be the starter. But I got a feeling that much with the offensive line, I think that it seems like, just from what we're seeing and hearing and knowing the team and the way they do things, I think this is our team, guys.
I think it is too, and the fact is, though, you're not going to bring a veteran running back in because the person's going to have to play special teams, whoever, if he's deep in the depth chart. So, and some of these veteran running backs are not going to be playing special teams.
No, I think you're right. And I'll tell you the truth. The guy who I like that nobody is really talking about, who I think can contribute in the backfield, I'm hoping he makes the team because I'll tell you the truth. Here's another good stat if you want to go back and look at this. There's a guy on the Giants roster right now who didn't play for the Giants last year, who wasn't the number one running back on his team, yet scored just as many touchdowns rushing the ball as the Giants did as a team all season long. 6. Sean Jones. I don't think that
Sean Jones.
I don't think that he's your every down back, right? I don't think that he's a guy that you're going to say, okay, we got Sean Jones, we're okay. No, he's not that guy, but he is a guy that in a pinch or in certain situations or if an opportunity presents itself that we've seen that contribute on the NFL level. So I think, if he can contribute on special teams, which he played in San Francisco, he did play some special teams, you think that he may give him a leg up come camp to make the roster. And I think if that kid can make the roster, God forbid something happens to Perkins or something happens to Vereen or something happens to, Gallman, you have a guy that can step in and produce. And he can catch the ball. He can run the ball. He's a pretty good weapon to have.
All right, I just texted Leonard Marshall and Myron. I wonder if Myron called back.
Wow, you already got Leonard Marshall's number?
No.
Yeah.
Sorry, tweeted.
Oh. Well, damn, you already throw people.
If they say that they're interested, then I'll text reasons, and I'm sure if I text a guy the reasons, like, hey, we're doing a concussion special, and we got Guyton and Leonard Marshall coming on, I think Reasons, who said he would come on again, said he had a good time last time, I think he definitely would come back on. That would be great. I mean, that would get those three guys on talking about shit. That would be, and Reasons also, you got to remember, is in the medical field.
Yeah. And
EZMD.
We really have to come with it.
EZMD Direct and Gary Reed.
Hey. So let's talk about concussions a little bit. Did anybody see the news today?
About Leonard Marshall?
No, about Mrs. Tom Terrific.
No, she doesn't know what a concussion is.
I did.
Giselle's quote: "Tom had concussions this past season. We don't talk about it. He just plays." So
I love him.
Parenthetically, if that's true, as soon as that came out, the NFL was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
What the fuck?
They basically said, they were like, "Fuck." Right.
They're acting like they're whistling and they're not even paying attention because there's no way they're going to investigate Tom again. No way in hell.
Well,
there's nothing you can do about it.
That's hard to investigate him on, though, honestly.
Well, that's
there's a stat out there that like 1 in 27 concussions actually gets reported.
No, well, you know what? There's the only thing that could be brought up that I heard somebody mention would be, if that's true, he didn't miss a game last year. And if a player does have a concussion, it's supposed to be reported and documented with the league. And that wasn't done. So, I'm pretty sure what it will come down to is Brady is going to say, even if the Patriots know at this point or knew, they're not going to, I'm pretty sure there's probably a wink of an eye between the Patriots and Brady, where even if they knew, he's going to say, I didn't tell anybody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so I don't think they can really do anything about this.
Well, the other interesting thing about it is, if it is true, He didn't show up on any injury reports for concussion, which means that they could take a draft pick if they wanted to.
He never went through. Does it even matter?
Concussion protocol. Well,
that's right.
But you see, if he didn't report it to the team that he had a concussion, how would the team know to go through that? Yeah. So it's a slippery. It really depends on, can they prove that the Patriots knew that Tom had a concussion if he had a concussion.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. She almost sounds like it's happening all the time. And the fact is, Tom doesn't get hit like that. Let's be real.
Right.
He doesn't get hit during the games like that. And Tom is so set up right now, if he's having concussions that often, I really think Tom would actually consider retiring. Instead of talking about 4 or 5 years.
I heard the team physician went to go check Tom out and looked into his eyes and just got lost for 3 hours.
Oh. Rim shot.
My wife just chimed in on the conversation, so I missed the last 15 seconds of what you guys were saying. But she said the only way they would be able to know is if he was showing like symptoms and they completely ignored them. But who the fuck would know that now?
Right.
Yep.
And this is from Giselle. This is from Giselle.
It would be interesting to see if he was being treated by his regular doctor, but that falls into the HIPAA law. You can't even fucking see that. So nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And Giselle don't know shit. Let's be honest.
And let's talk about something that's really important about Tommy right now, if you want to talk about something. Have you guys seen the fucking commercials, the TB12 commercials, where his network of people that promote his brand TB12, that they have him in a bubble because he's on the cover of Madden, so not to hurt himself? Everywhere he goes, he's in a fucking bubble around his torso. Yo.
I didn't see it, but I saw pictures of it.
Yo, if you can go, there's one where he's trying to pick stuff up, and he can't because he's got the gloves on, and he's got the bubble, and he can't fucking reach down and get anything. It's hilarious. And then there's one where he goes into a boardroom, and he's talking to all the people who came up with this thing to keep him safe. And it's hilarious. And at the end, he convinces them all, there's no curse. We're not going to get cursed. We're going to do this. We're going to be fine. And the guy at the end of it's like, no, Tom, we're going to build a dome. And you can do all these things in the dome. It's fucking hilarious, bro. Tommy.
Oh, God.
Oh, Tommy.
The fact that you root for Boston teams and you have a love affair with Tom Brady really bothers me.
Oh, shut the fuck up. I respect. First of all, my Celtic thing goes back to when I didn't even realize fucking where Boston was, dude. I was fucking 6, 7 years old. I saw Larry Bird. I hated Patrick Ewing. That's all I knew. That's all I fucking knew. That was it. And it stuck. I would switch colors, and I'm so fucking happy that I ended up being a Celtic fan as compared to a Knicks fan. I don't give a shit about that. The other thing about Brady is he's fucking good. I hated San Francisco, but Joe Montana was fucking good. I hated Michael Jordan with a passion. Hated him. But Jesus Christ, would you sit here and say that he's not fucking just wasn't amazing? I mean, it's ridiculous. So just take your cap.
Well, I have a question. Let me hear. Who is your favorite sports athlete of all time? Any sport?
Me?
Yeah, everyone.
Non-giant?
Radio silence. Any sport, any.
Well, I gotta say Lawrence Taylor. That's how I started watching football, man.
Wait. So let's do giant and non-giant.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So
giant and non-giant.
Tim,
I'm gonna say Lawrence Taylor is for my giant, and for my non-giant, as far as somebody I liked watching, I gotta say Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders. What about football?
Yeah, can we go sport by sport, because this is fun. My football would be Sims for the Giants and Favre.
Sims and Favre.
Sims and Favre.
Oh, Larry Bird doesn't make the cut.
Yeah, Larry Bird would be basketball. Then we were going sport to sport. Don't do that.
Yeah, we'll go sport to sport.
Yeah,
go sport to sport. We'll start doing football first.
All right, so for football, I think my favorite Giant is probably I guess I'll go with Justin Tuck.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay.
Just because we share a first name and I always appreciated his mindset, and his professionalism, For non-Giant football players, Dan Marino.
Ooh.
Handsome
Dan Marino.
So for me, it would be Strahan as a Giant.
Nice.
And it would be Chris Carter as a non-Giant.
Ooh, that's a good one. How about that?
Interesting.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Yeah, reaching for that one.
That's a good one. I would have never thought that.
Oh, I loved him.
He's a great player.
Oh, yeah, he was dynamite. I think because, originally, at one point, Anthony was on the team, and they were both catching balls like crazy. I was like, this guy Carter is everywhere. The two guys doing the damage, which took me a little while to figure that out. But I was like, this guy's awesome. All right, let's go basketball. James, you're up.
That's Larry Bird, all-time great Larry Bird.
I would have thought you would have said Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah, I was close. That was a close second. And then, if you wanted, then Paul Pierce would be my other one. I mean, those were my guys.
Tim, what do you got?
Oh, shit. You made me go back.
Joel Embiid.
I loved watching. I'm going Iverson.
Yeah, I was gonna say anyone else but Iverson, I was about to rip you fucking shreds.
I was actually going back for the older days. I was going Tim Hardaway.
Ooh.
Golden State days. But then I'm like, you know what? Nah, Iverson was better.
Yeah.
And he was a lot more fun to watch.
So
what do we got, Justin?
Big man, I'm gonna go Pat Ewing. I love the 18-foot baseline jumper.
I hated that motherfucker. He's the reason I'm a Celtic. You want the reason I'm a Celtic fan? Patrick Ewing. Because when I was younger, I was a St. John's fan as well. And they had Mullen and Jackson, and they played against Georgetown was their rival. I fucking hated Ewing. So when Ewing went to
I'm a Syracuse fan.
Yeah,
fuck
Ewing.
I'm a Syracuse fan, so I fucking hate fuck Ewing in Georgetown.
And my favorite guard of all time is Johnny Stockton.
Ooh.
I love
there's a ball player right there.
When he hit that three-pointer, was it Game 6 or Game 7 against the Houston Rockets?
Mm-hmm.
When he hit the buzzer beater. I was in 8th grade, and I remember I won $5 off Danny Ayala. Danny, if you're listening, call in, verify the story.
Where's my fucking money?
Did you get the money?
Where's my $2?
Danny, I haven't forgotten about that $5.
So, Marco, who you got?
So let me just make sure we have time on the podcast.
Damn, you gonna take that much time, Marco?
Yes, I'm thinking it over. We got 24 minutes. We got plenty of time. So basketball-wise, easy. Magic Johnson.
I figured, yeah.
But you know what? If you had to go forwards, and now that Justin said that, I go early days, and when we talked, me and Marco talked about it the other day. Sean Kemp. Seattle days.
Rain Man.
Actually, I'm not really the biggest Knick fan. I follow him, but just because it's in New York and whatever. But I'm a Laker fan. My favorite Knick was Anthony Mason. Probably
I loved Anthony Mason.
My second probably favorite player of all time.
Even I liked Anthony Mason. It was hard not to like. Yeah, I liked Oakley. I used to like watching Oakley play too.
Yeah. No, it's poor Oakley now, man. What the hell?
Yeah. Charlie.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine if John Mara had I couldn't even think of it, LP ripped out of the stands?
They're a joke. The whole franchise is a joke. It's hilarious. Yeah. I love it. Because all my buddies are Knicks fans. It's so great.
So what about baseball?
Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter.
Oh, no, I got two. And one's going to surprise you because one, Marco, is a New York Met.
Mm-hmm. I bet it's my New York Met.
Derek Jeter, Gary Carter.
Gary Carter? Oh, I knew it.
The kid.
That's mine.
I was a Yankee fan, but growing up in New York, I used to always switch to Channel 9 to watch Gary Carter play because I was a catcher. I was a catcher growing up. That was my position. So I loved watching Gary Carter play. He was one of my all-time favorites. Him and Jeter.
Gary Carter. He was dead too, man. Rest in peace, Gary Carter. All these people. Can't keep them alive.
So when I was a kid, I loved Darryl Strawberry.
Mm.
Okay.
And then as I got older and I learned his story and I realized that he used to look for girls in the stands in between innings to pleasure him. You know, the legend grew.
He was one of the great multitaskers of our time.
Yeah.
He was doing lines, shagging flies, and picking up broads all at the same time.
Basically.
When you're coked up, you can do that shit.
When I started collecting baseball cards when I was 9, I randomly chose to start a Barry Bonds collection well before he became a home run hitter.
Wow, how about that? Cash me outside.
I have 300 Barry Bonds cards. You know, all in cases and all in mint condition.
Wow, that's awesome.
I defend him to the grave. Even if he did do steroids, he did them better than anybody else.
There you go.
I'll tell you something. I am vehemently against steroids. Justin, you just completely turned me 180 with that sentence.
Yep.
I like it.
Yeah,
I do like it.
That was.
I'm sold.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot up right now. He convinced me the whole way.
Yeah. I'm going big. Go online and order me the most steroids you could find at one time.
Don't half-ass it. You got to go all out.
Justin told me to do steroids. He said they're good for me.
Said I won't do
she said to one of them, if you shoot me up. Because I can't do it. I'll pass out. I'm a pussy.
There you go. And then, current player, I love this kid, Aaron Judge, just because he's like the size of a tight end playing right field for the Yankees.
He's a big dude.
It's amazing.
Oh, any hockey fans out there? You guys gonna have all-time hockey?
Bleedbigblue.
Hockey.
Give me a little Jeff Bleedbigblue.
Is there an all-time Buffalo Sabre there, Tim, or no? Right? They don't have those.
Oh, yeah, I've drank with like Rob Ray, which is just known as a fighter. With
I would have to go Wayne Gretzky. That'll be my boy.
Oh shit! I'm trying to think. You know, I like the same move Talani and Paul Korea teams.
John LeClaire.
John LeClaire.
Winger for the.
I go for a fucking Eclair right now.
Winger for the Flyers. On the Lindros teams.
You know another ball player I liked? Baseball player? O'Neill. Paul O'Neill.
Paul O'Neill.
Fucking love me some Paul O'Neill, dude.
Look, I'll give you guys one because we're all in the same age range, and you all get it's Ken Griffey, Jr.
Oh, there you go.
Junior. Absolutely.
I mean, that was all in our heyday as far as wheelhouse. You know, he was the man.
Ken Griffey was an amazing ball player and was never once connected with anything fucking illegal or anything like that.
Yep.
That swing was ridiculous.
Another one of my favorite athletes of all time, Bo Jackson.
Oh, Bo. Yeah, that's a great one. Bo's a great one.
Oh. Bo Jackson.
I can't believe no one's mentioned Christian Laettner.
Fuck, Laettner.
Son of a bitch.
I like Hurley better than Laettner.
You know, funny thing is, Laettner's from Buffalo.
I fucking hated them both. They broke Jamal Mashburn's heart. I don't like that.
I loved college basketball. I loved Melo at Syracuse.
Oh, yeah. That was the best.
Amazing.
I'll probably never see another championship in Syracuse's history, but hey.
And
did you know
I had a lot of money because I took him.
You know, it's a funny story. I coached, you remember Jerry McNamara who played with Melo?
Yeah.
Jerry I was living in Scranton, Pennsylvania years ago. My brother was in high school. He played against Jerry McNamara. Jerry McNamara played for a high school named Bishop Hannon in Scranton. My brother played for Abington Heights. And they played against each other. And I actually had Jerry McNamara. I used to coach on AAU teams. And I had my brother and McNamara on the AAU team. You want to talk about a kid that can shoot the fucking lights out from when he was 13 years old? Woo!
Nasty.
That he could shoot from young.
Yeah.
You know, you're a head coach, man.
No, that wasn't me. Trust me. It was the border in Scranton. I was just an AAU coach for a summer.
My years of high school basketball were horrendous. I made the team one out of 4 years, but like the year that we had it was ridiculously competitive. Like Lamar Odom and Ron Artest, they were all in our league, and we would get smacked left and right. It was horrendous, horrible. Oh, and you know who was our coach was Chris Mullen's brother, Terrence, which was pretty funny.
Terry Mullen.
Nice.
That's funny.
So I've actually met Chris Mullen like probably 20 times.
I was a huge Mullen fan back in the day, bro. St. John's, that cat he was a bad man. He was wicked. Lefty.
he came into the gym, like, after one of our practices, and I'm not even kidding you, he didn't miss. I've never seen anything like it. Didn't miss.
Yeah, just fucking boom, boom, boom. That was unbelievable. Such a sweet stroke.
And
my brother went to see the Sixers play the Kings when we were in high school, and he said in pregame, Peja Stojakovic made 50 consecutive three-pointers, warming up for the Kings. 50 in a row.
That's fucking insane.
I mean, these guys, they can flat out. I mean, they just stroke it.
Oh, you know who I love? Reggie Miller.
I like Reggie Miller too. I liked him because of what he did to the Knicks.
The choking of
I remember fucking Jonathan Petrovic.
Yeah, the Nets. Yeah, he was there.
What? Yeah, the Nets. That's right, Petro.
Yep. You play with him and my boy Derek Coleman.
That's right, Derek Coleman.
How many years was he in the league though? Maybe like 4 or 5, right?
Petrovic wasn't like was he like in a car accident or something on Christmas Eve?
Yeah, car accident.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I think he was only played like a few years though, right?
Yeah, I don't think he had a very long career. He died pretty young. I mean, he was in the league playing when he died. I mean, he could have been. Yeah. He could have probably played another 7-8 years, from what I remember.
Reggie Lewis.
Oh God. Reggie Lewis, man. Shit. That's still with me. Len Bias. I mean, I remember Len Bias.
That's the thing. Imagine, I mean, the Celtics in the 80s. I mean, they could have had a nice run into the early 90s if they had Len Bias and Reggie Lewis.
Yeah, definitely. And unfortunately, what happened, you two deaths, unfortunately. I mean, Bias would have been, he would have taken the torch from Bird. He would have taken a lot of pressure off Bird. He would have played right away. People don't remember how good Len Bias was. Len Bias was coming into the league, you could have argued that people thought Bias was better than Jordan, markedly. Just like hands down. Because he was bigger, he was longer, he could shoot, he defended, he rebounded, he did everything well. People don't remember that about Len Bias, how good he was. And he died the night after the Celtics fucking drafted him. And they never really recovered from that until the Garnett trade, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
How was those Bill Russell years for you, James?
I don't remember those, buddy. I don't remember those years.
2-minute warning.
If I was around for the Russell years, then that literally is my 2-minute warning. I'm going to be dead in around 2 minutes.
Let me give the State of the Union. Let's see what we got. Not the United States Union, which is falling apart as it seems. But we are at 605 Facebook subscribers. That's fucking crazy.
I love it.
YouTube. Facebook, you're at
YouTube. Yeah, YouTube.
We got to get to 38. We got to get to 40,000 from Facebook over to YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube, we love you.
Yeah, seriously, the people that are listening, that tune in, thank you, man. Like, call in, send us questions. Like, we'll talk to you. Like, they don't have to be giant questions. Like, ask us fucking anything. Like, we'll just talk.
Right, and don't judge us for being friends with Todd.
No, God, no. We can't. We have no responsibility for what happens in Texas. All right, let's put it that way.
I must say, I love when he calls in. He is my favorite. He is the intern. He makes me
intern.
Without a doubt.
He's your friend.
38,415. I wish I could just switch it the other way, but it is what it is.
Hey, man, we'll get there. Slow and steady wins the race. Make sure you guys, if you're listening and you like the show, share.
Yeah, I know it's quiet off season right now, but guys, call in with whatever question you got.
Before you know it, we'll be on for Sundays. I think we should go Sundays this year and during the week.
Mm-hmm.
Sundays,
Maybe we should go twice. Do you think we should go twice?
Oh, some guy just wait. Oh, breaking news. Hold on.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Oh, shit.
Hold on.
LeBron
Breaking news.
He tore his calf muscle. He's out for the series.
So a guy just he says, I know Kevin personally, talking about Kevin Sneed. I played at Carson Newman with him. He loves to win, and the boy is super fast.
Nice.
That just
Good.
came in.
Good.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Well,
Tell him I talk to him.
Yeah, tell Kevin Steve to call in.
Yeah. Tell him we want to talk to him. We got questions. We want to know how that speed's going to translate to the NFL.
Yeah, it's the truth.
I'd love to hear from the kid. I really would. I wish him nothing but the best. Like, I want to see anyone that puts on the uniform do well and exceed expectations. I'd love to hear
Absolutely.
what say.
You know,
I want someone.
4.22 is holy shit, though.
That's ridiculously fast. That's like fucking the Flash.
So, Bo Jackson tweeted because that's what John Ross got this year, right? 4.22.
Yeah.
And that's supposedly the fastest recorded 40, since they've been doing the combine. And Bo Jackson tweeted him and be like, "Oh, welcome to the under 4.2 something club." And the rumor is that Bo was running at like a 4.1 before, but no one recorded it officially.
I heard a story about Bo Jackson. I was watching a documentary about Bo Jackson once, right? This is how fast Bo Jackson was. I was watching a documentary about him, and they said that he was playing baseball, and he was up at bat, and it was his college coach, and he hit a pop-up to shallow left field. And it was sky high. But the left fielder was playing so deep because it was Bo fucking Jackson, right? So it's in shallow left field, the shortstop couldn't get out, and Jackson's pissed at himself because he hit a pop-up. So he throws the bat, and he starts jogging out of the batter's box. All of a sudden, the coach yells, "Jackson, run it out." He fucking turns it on. Dude, by the time they picked up the ball, he was standing on third base.
That's amazing.
Third floor pop-up.
Fucking.
Well, I've also seen the documentaries on Bo, too. There's a lot of legends with Bo.
Dude, they had two coaches there on the documentary. I think it was an ESPN documentary about him.
Yeah.
He had a skyline pop-up. I'm sure he had to slide in, but the bottom line is by the time they got the ball in, he was on third base. That's fucking insane. That's lightning. That's baseball speed, though. That's being able to run the bases, knowing where to take turns. I mean, that's not straight speed right there. Big difference.
True.
Bo was a bad man, dude.
Well, if his knee didn't get blown out or whatever, his hip. They said, well, if he wasn't such a fucking beast, they said he wouldn't have got hurt as bad anyway.
Yeah. He was fighting for everything. He was lowering his shoulder when he got hurt.
Yep.
What a great player he was. Was that the 2-1? Are we over? What's going on? What the fuck? I'm off tomorrow. I could talk sports all night.
We can only do 2 hours, and we have, honestly, the countdown is 5 minutes.
All right. We're good.
Yeah.
I can talk all night.
All right.
I'm good.
I'm good. We're good. All right, well, then we only have 5 minutes. Let's just fucking wrap it up.
Only 5 minutes. Anything else anyone want to address? Anyone has something on their mind they want to let it out?
No, I think the only thing
Just
you need to
remember-
get on is the concussion thing. I think that would be huge for us. We got to get on that concussion thing. Let's get this ball rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tweeted at them. Myron's probably asleep, but
Yeah, Myron's
Just
definitely
remember-
ass out.
Barry Bonds
He's
takes steroids better than anybody.
That was great. That's the phrase of the night. Barry Bonds takes steroids better than anybody.
How much is a Barry Bonds rookie card worth now?
What it's worth today? I mean, I haven't looked at the value in probably 7 years.
8 minutes? No.
But the last time that I looked at it, it was, I think it was, and this was with the dip, because cards took a massive dip in the mid-2000s because people stopped collecting. But it was like 200. So they'll pop back up. But I don't care what they're worth. I just love having the collection.
Mhm.
Like, to be able to have 300 cards of one player and to have him be an all-time great.
That is pretty sweet. I have a bunch of Kobe rookies. I know that much. At least like 10, 12.
Well, you know, they lose the value when they're taped on your wall.
Those aren't on my wall. Those were what I purchased on eBay for like $3. They gave me like 200 dying cards. So, hey, why not? All right, boys. Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, guys.
Is anyone else going to
Bleedbigblue,
log
guys.
in and run it or no?
What are we running?
You want me to run it?
No, if someone else wants to jump in on the
Oh, yeah, next Wednesday I could probably do that.
All right, guys.
Studio. Yeah, definitely.
All right, everyone, if you're still listening, if you're still hanging in there with us, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate it. I'll talk to everyone later in the comments, and next week, everyone. Peace out.
Bleedbigblue, always. Radio out.